Here he comes, folks. One of the 4 men that's going to be competing in the main event, competing at the big dance at Pandemonium 10. And as far as everyone's concerned, this is a must-win match for the franchise player. I love it. On episode 26 of Assault, the franchise player, he dared to destroy. He used his master ring to make himself a part of the main event. The Destroyer's been talking for the longest time on how he thinks he deserves to be in the main event at Pandemonium. Of course, the franchise player, he said, well, the Destroyer, the only way that's going to happen was he used their master ring to make it a triple threat match. And that's exactly what the Destroyer did. But I don't think the franchise player counted on what the Destroyer did next. He said in this triple threat match there's going to be an added stipulation that the franchise player does not win at Pandemonium, and he has to leave the UWA forever. Not only is the franchise player going to prove himself that he is better than the Destroyer and Samoa Joe, but he has to be able to win and defeat 3 other men in order to keep his career and to be able to become a 2-time UWA champion. There's one thing the franchise player wants to prove is he can win the UWA championship by himself. But however, this man right here, the Dangerous Destroyer, a former Underground champion, a former Tag Team champion, a former West Coast champion, one of the only few Triple Crown champions here in UWA. A man, if he's victorious at Pandemonium, he can become the 2nd ever Grand Slam champion in UWA history. Of course, the Destroyer, in his mind, he believes he's the only man of Planet X, Samoa Joe, the franchise player, who believes that he's the only one who's capable of winning the UWA championship by himself. Because, you gotta admit, folks, the story's actually right. The franchise player had the help of Vicious to defeat Lord Magma. Samoa Joe, he had the likes of the whole Nation of Violence to help him. Then we talk about Planet X. He had to use the Anytime Anywhere contract, which he won from Vaughn Kreed last year, to be able to become UWA champion last week when he cashed in on Samoa Joe. The Destroyer said he would, he would love to take the UWA championship back to Kemlon and bask in its glory of the UWA championship. Matter of fact, folks, the Destroyer is the only man in this entire match who has never become UWA champion. So not only is the franchise player, not only is the franchise player a person who can't afford to lose, same thing goes for the Destroyer. But however, same thing goes for Planet X as well. In fact, all his men can't afford to lose at Pandemonium. Planet X, he won this championship just 2 weeks before Pandemonium by using his Anytime Anywhere contract. Which means if he loses at Pandemonium, he's going to be known as the worst paper champion in UWA history. This is the man who went a whole year being undefeated. And you want to know how of an embarrassment it will be for Planet X, or for the UWA championship for that matter, if Planet X isn't victorious at Pandemonium. And of course, Planet X had to find some way to embarrass Samoa Joe last week. It was Samoa Joe who attacked Planet X in the store back on episode 25 of Assault. Not to mention it was Planet X who, even though he eliminated Samoa Joe at Swerve Despair, you knew Samoa Joe wanted to get revenge on Planet X somehow. This is exactly what Samoa Joe did when Samoa Joe assisted Vicious in the semifinals in the Italian Vacation Tournament, when Samoa Joe assisted Vicious by defeating Planet X. Now here comes the former UWA champion. Just a week ago, Samoa Joe was UWA champion after he fought the Destroyer. Even though he won by disqualification, after the franchise player and the Destroyer did the work, after the Nation of Violence were taken out by the Mythbusters, by the UWA Originals, and by Lord Magma, Samoa Joe fell victim to the Anytime Anywhere contract stipulation, and Planet X defeated him with a simple cover belt barrage, and that was the end of Samoa Joe's 3rd UWA title reign. Samoa Joe vows that we are in the midst of the Samoa Joe era, and obviously he will at least 3 opponents he'll do whatever he has to do to win at Pandemonium. opponent's actually talking well once again. Oh, look at this! Oh, wait a minute! All Frismen all breaking out into chaos. And we knew these two men were to come to blows at some point. We knew there was no way on the last episode of Assault that these 4 men would not be involved in any type of physical altercation with one another. Now this weeks before Pandemonium, is we're going to come to expect for these 4 men dishing out pain and punishment to their 3 adversaries here. I mean, these 3 men all fought each other in the past in one-on-one. And it's safe to say that all three of these men have beaten each other all once in one-on-one competition. I mean, the Destroyer has fought Samoa Joe, Planet X, and the franchise player. So the same thing goes with all three of these other men here.
This is all about momentum here. Who can gain the most momentum from this, walking out alive from this 4-way brawl here, leading into Pandemonium. As Planet X is going to town on Samoa Joe. See the Destroyer taking the franchise. Franchise can't afford to, just lose this sort of momentum and speed going into Pandemonium. He has his career at stake.
Not to mention, folks, the franchise player only needs more momentum, as much momentum as possible if he thinks he's going to win. I mean, the franchise player is the only man in this whole feud right here that's lost to all 3 of his Pandemonium opponents at one point in time in the past. The franchise player just has the death stack against him. Is that very man right there, the Destroyer, who has put his forced the franchise player to put his career on the line at Pandemonium.
Samoa Joe's got Planet X on top of the Spanish announce table. This can't be good. Oh my God! Please don't! Oh my God! That T-bone suplex. Look at the table. Look at this inside the middle of the ring. Destroyer's got the franchise. Oh my! That flying inside this Destroyer. The franchise player, nothing going for him right now.
Damn right, if he just ate a Pandemonium Destroyer, the power of Planet just ate a Tazplex to the announcer, just put on his head. Now he's ate a shot by that ring bell. And someone just destroying the UWA champion Planet X here. Oh, there's the muscle buster. Oh my! God damn it, for broken a man's neck right there. Samoa Joe, I mean, this is exactly what he said. That he was going to go after the franchise player Destroyer first, and so that way he can Planet X gets the full front of Samoa Joe's Rampage. But now Planet X find a way to bow back. Not only that, those vicious, those unforgiving steel steps. Look at this. Oh my gosh. 50 pounds of steel across the face of Samoa Joe.
He's not done. What else he's got in store? Samoa Joe lifeless as he gets rolled back in the ring. He's playing a leg drop. Look at franchise. Oh my God, what an earth-shattering clothesline there that was. You saw the power. Look at franchise, vintage franchise here. That leg drop. The top rope. And now look at this. He wants payback of the Pandemonium Destroyer got done to him earlier in this. Oh, he's he got served. Saluting the troops, of course. And again, Planet X with that Tazplex.
These 4 men going at referees, just allowing these 4 men to go at it right here. And of course, there's no security to break up this fiasco here. I mean, these all 4 of these men has individual rivalries with one another. All 4 of them have reasons why they want to defeat all 3 of their opponents at Pandemonium. Of course, we don't forget the franchise player and Samoa Joe. Well, last year, Samoa Joe and the franchise player fought twice. And Samoa Joe won one of them and won by a draw on the Bloody Massacre match. Look at this. The franchise player now go after Samoa Joe. But Planet X going after the Destroyer. And we all know these 2 men have fought so many times in the past. People who got claim to fame in the I Quit match. Oh wait, look at this, folks. You know the ring, a 5-knuckle shuffle with Samoa Joe here. And look at this Planet X on the Destroyer here. Oh, look at this, here he goes. Punches and kick. Oh, that final shot, it's busted. Destroyer wide open with the copper belt barrage. And wait a minute, this with the STFU and the crossface. My guy's not even letting go. He's not letting go here, folks. Like I was going to happen at Pandemonium. Folks, don't miss it.